A content creator running the YouTube channel, An Everyday Canadian, was renowned for sharing cultural content showcasing his nation's splendor. His regular uploads had cultivated a devoted following who appreciated his work, but their expectations were dramatically subverted when an unusual video appeared on the channel. Instead of his trademark light-hearted exploration of Canadian culture, viewers were presented with something entirely different.
Hey guys, An Everyday Canadian. I was upstairs and I'm hearing banging. Now, I just did the laundry not too long ago. I know it's not the laundry machine because I know what it sounds like. And there is literally sounds coming in my basement right now, and it's freaking me out. Kids are upstairs asleep, and I'm going to go down and check right now. This is freaky right now because I rarely go in my basement. It's an unfinished basement. Holy shit. Oh, what the fuck is that sound? Like, holy shit. Like, I don't even want to go down there. Holy shit. It's fucking dark. Hold on, guys. Let me just get my light on here quick. Holy shit. This is freaking me out. Holy shit. Oh, God. I hate basements. My laundry machine just stopped. It's just me in the basement. Holy crap. What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
The credibility of this footage was bolstered by the creator's established reputation for reliability. Furthermore, the evident absence of other individuals in the basement at the time made it difficult to dismiss the occurrence as anything but paranormal activity. It seems that supernatural encounters can befall even the most unlikely individuals, and this principle certainly applied in the case of An Everyday Canadian. On the 7th of September 2024, an intrepid individual named Mario Ramsey, well known for his courageous nature, embarked on a solitary expedition to a deserted medical facility. This location had long piqued his interest, but his companions didn't share his enthusiasm for such adventures. Mario had nearly abandoned the idea, recognizing the inherent risks of exploring alone, until a friend offered him a $100 incentive to visit the hospital at 3 in the morning. Mario anticipated this would be the simplest money he'd ever earned, but his assumption proved drastically incorrect. Careful observation reveals a humanoid figure visible in the window, returning Mario's gaze. The particularly disturbing aspect was the presence of intense flames behind this entity, raising questions about how it remained unharmed and showed no signs of seeking escape. He lingered momentarily, contemplating whether to alert emergency services in case the figure was indeed a real person in danger. However, the apparition vanished shortly thereafter and did not make another appearance. The subsequent footage transports us to an Asian mining facility with a compelling historical narrative. Originally established in the 19th century by British colonial authorities for resource extraction, operations were swiftly suspended following reports of a mysterious and potentially dangerous presence within. After the conclusion of British colonial rule, local authorities decided to recommence mining operations, reasoning that whatever had caused the initial closure must have perished, and the need for coal outweighed past concerns. The mine employed thousands of workers daily, all of whom harbored their suspicions, though only a single individual possessed the courage to conduct a nighttime investigation.
Muchos dicen que el THRLL no existe, pero mi gente, sí existe. Yo he estado durante muchos años en la mina y siempre he querido encontrarme, pero nunca tuve esa oportunidad. Pero tengo esa fe de que sí me voy a encontrar mi gente. Cayó piedra. ¿Me escucharon? Qué miedo.
Unexpectedly, a clear moaning sound emanated from within the mine, and the investigator was certain of his solitude at the time. The facility was vacant of workers, and access required a security keycard, making unauthorized entry highly improbable. No employee would willingly venture into the mine under such circumstances. The identity of what he encountered that night remains unknown to him, though he maintains a firm belief in what locals refer to as the monkey. While he remained convinced of a presence within the mine, his conviction was not shared by others. In the emotionally charged footage you're about to witness, the spouse of Jorge Luis Cruz, a subject previously featured on this channel, attempted a ritual purification of their residence. Viewers familiar with our earlier content would recall the Cruz family's extensive history of paranormal encounters, which showed no signs of abating, leading them to resort to a sage cleansing ceremony. Despite the apparent wisdom of this approach, the outcome proved far from successful. In fact, quite the contrary occurred.
Dude, what the fuck? Fucking hate it here! Oh my god, leave us the... Oh, fuck you!
During her progression through the dining area, an item inexplicably toppled from the table's surface. This was followed by the collapse of a small movable table, and subsequently, a plate descended from its position in the television room. These incidents further exacerbated the family's distress, ultimately compelling them to list their property for sale. They have maintained silence regarding their situation since then. If someone were to ask you what the most terrifying place in the world is, how would you respond? Let us know in the comments. I can guarantee the answers will vary greatly, ranging from amusement parks to desolate islands. However, the location you're about to see is far more frightening than anything you can imagine. Meet Bilal, the founder of a newly established ghost hunting business. He started this venture after losing his previous job. Despite his deep fear of spirits and his strong aversion to them, he took on this role out of sheer necessity to support his family. Unfortunately, his very first ghost hunt did not go as planned. Watch the footage for yourself.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. الله أكبر 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 لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر 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 الله أكبر. بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله. الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه. شو اسمه هذه؟ أنا ما بين أيديهم أعطهم شيء من علم لما شاء وسأكرس.
In case you weren't aware, spirits are believed to feed on the fear of those they haunt. In Bilal's case, His overwhelming fear gave the entity extraordinary strength. The spirit managed to move objects as large as a table, an impressive feat requiring immense energy, showcasing just how dangerous it became during this encounter. Though Bilal was paid for gathering sufficient evidence, he quickly decided to shut down his business for good. To this day, he continues to search for stable employment. But what about the family living in that haunted house? After reviewing Bilal's findings, they realized their home was severely haunted and couldn't simply leave the issue unresolved. They decided to hire a more seasoned ghost hunter to cleanse the house. What happened next? Watch the upcoming clip to find out.
Pois é, minha gente, tô aqui. Consegui pegar a chave do véi, que ele tava sem querer deixar nós vir fazer vídeo aqui de novo. Consegui pegar a chave, que a outra cópia tá com drive e eu esqueci de pegar. Vou entrar aqui na casa grande, sozinho em Deus, ó. Vou aqui gravar o vídeo, vou virar a câmera do celular e vocês acompanhem aí que se aconteceu ou não aconteceu, eu vou postar o vídeo do mesmo jeito. Então é isso aí. E segura aí que eu vou virar a câmera aqui pra vocês acompanhar melhor. O medo, eu já tô com medo, não vou mentir. Olha, toda vez que o cabo entra, a câmera já fica querendo. Deixa eu ligar aqui a lanterna. Fica querendo desfocar, tá vendo? Mesma rotina. Tem nada. E o mais ruim é entrar aqui pra dentro. É a parte mais ruim. É chegar aqui. Ó, a câmera aqui querendo. Tá vendo? Ó. Oi! Ai, meu Deus do céu!
Despite her extensive experience, the ghost's power, enhanced by Bilal's initial fear, proved too much for even this expert to handle. She informed the family that the entity had grown too strong and advised them to bring in a priest for a proper exorcism. The family is now in the process of arranging this. On July 13th of this year, a couple had just completed decorating their new home and were settling in. During the following clip, the wife's sister was present, standing behind the counter in the kitchen. She lived nearby and decided to visit and check on the couple's progress. However, none of them realized there was an uninvited fourth presence in the house. Watch the footage to see what unfolded. At first glance, it may be difficult to discern what went wrong in this clip, but let me break it down for you. If you carefully examine this specific moment, you'll notice the wife's sister's hair being yanked back by an unseen force. There was no one visible who could have done it, making this an example of unexplainable phenomena at its most chilling. In the next video, a young man woke up his grandfather after hearing eerie whistling noises coming from the basement. Initially, he suspected a break-in. However, what they encountered in the basement was far from any ordinary intruder. The young man had been staying at his grandfather's house to help care for him after a recent hospital stay. Doctors had recommended that a family member stay with the elderly man for a week to monitor his recovery. What the young man didn't realize was that this would lead to one of the most horrifying experiences of his life. Watch the footage to see what happened.
¿Qué pasa? Déjalo ver. Abuelo. Cálmate. Estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino. Hágase su voluntad. ¡Ay! ¡Abuelo! ¡Abuelo! ¡Ay! ¡Ay! ¡Ábrele, a ver quién es! ¡Ábrele!
No pasa nada.
¡Ay, abuelo!
No hay nada.
A ver, ve, fíjate.
pinche mono! ¡Abuelo! ¡Ciérrale, ciérrale, ciérrale, ciérrale! ¡Llámale a la policía! ¡Saca tu teléfono! ¡Tengo miedo!
If you watched closely, you would have seen a black silhouette appear twice, briefly poking its head around the basement door. This sight understandably filled the duo with fear, leaving them frozen and unsure of how to respond to such a bizarre event. Ultimately, they decided to leave the house, opting to take a drive to calm their nerves. Since that night, they have never unlocked the basement door again. Paranormal videos are a massive part of YouTube, and you've landed in that intriguing section of the platform right now. Every day, new paranormal clips make their way onto the internet, sparking heated debates and speculation. The video you're about to watch is no exception. It was recorded at an abandoned swimming pool, a location that was shut down after a lawsuit brought by a grieving family. 12 years before this footage was taken, a tragic incident occurred. A young child drowned while under the watch of 3 lifeguards. This failure led to the family suing the pool and taking every penny of its finances. Since then, the pool has been left derelict and is rumored to be haunted by the spirit of the child who lost their life there. The group in this video showed remarkable courage in venturing into such a notorious location. Take a look.
No manches. Algo se movió allá. Alumbra. Alumbra. Alumbra, alumbra, alumbra. Alumbra, güey. Yo vi que algo corrió. ¿Ya viste? ¿Qué es eso? Abajo. Entre la puerta. A ver, cierra eso. Vamos a cerrar eso.
If you watch very carefully, you'll notice 2 figures appear at the far end of the swimming pool. However, as soon as the man moved his flashlight away and then back again, the figures were gone. This startling sight has raised an even bigger mystery. Who was the second figure? As mentioned earlier, the tragic death of one child is well documented, and many believe their spirit lingers in the pool. But the identity of this second entity is entirely unknown. Could it be another lost soul? Or is there more to the story than anyone realizes? One thing's for sure, the answer remains a mystery, and it's likely we'll never know the truth. Late one evening, Natasha was relaxing in her garden by the fire pit, enjoying some quiet time while her husband was at work. What started as a peaceful night turned into a terrifying ordeal she could have never expected. The events began unfolding around 11 p.m, and the fact that Natasha was completely alone heightened the fear. In the first recording she captured, Natasha apologized for the lack of sound, as she had been using a high-tech camera she wasn't entirely familiar with. Despite the missing audio, the eerie visuals more than compensated for it, and it's remarkable that she managed to stay put without fleeing. If you look carefully at the top right corner of the window, you can see a faint white figure on the other side. According to Natasha, nothing had been there before. This strange phenomenon understandably unsettled her, but what followed shortly after was far more terrifying. The first sighting might have been dismissed as a reflection of the moon or a similar mundane explanation, but unfortunately, the next event defied such rationalizations.
The camera just shut off. I'm genuinely like sitting here by myself. There's no one here. What the fuck? And I don't know. I'm hearing a bunch of shit and I feel like there's shit all around me. Nobody here. And that thing in the window is gone. The freaking blanket. Did you just see that? fuck this shit. And I'm like literally chilling outside trying to have a nice fire and shit. And blankets. Look at that. Look at that. Dude, there's fucking nothing over here. There's fucking nothing over there, dude. That's fucking nuts.
In this clip, a blanket that had been resting on the couch inexplicably slid off in an unnervingly smooth and deliberate manner. While wind can move objects, this motion seemed far too controlled to be natural. This chilling moment made it clear that Natasha wasn't truly alone by the fire that night. Whatever was with her remains unknown, leaving her with unsettling questions that may never be answered. In another story, two young girls were having a sleepover and decided to record TikTok videos to show their friends how much fun they were having. The pair were having a blast, and everything was going smoothly until the early hours of the morning. It was around 2:30 a.m. when they captured something strange on video, without even realizing it at the time. It wasn't until they reviewed the footage later that they noticed the eerie detail. Once they saw what they'd unknowingly recorded, they showed the video to their mother, who later uploaded it to TikTok for the world to see. Take a look.
This is my daughter and her friend. Please watch closely between them. No one else was up in my home. Look between them right now.
In the video, a shadowy figure can be seen gliding between the two girls. The sight was undeniably chilling, and its discreet nature made it all the more unsettling. Since the event had already passed by the time they noticed it, there was little the family could do to make sense of the situation. The entire household was left baffled, with no clear explanation for what they had witnessed.